we have talked about the primary somatosensory area, that is this postcentral gyrus, which is the Brodmann's area 3, 1 and 2. It receives the sensations from the various body parts, and these are being projected by means of the projections go to the ventral, posterolateral and the medial nuclei of the thalamus, and via the lemnisci to the primary sensory cortex. Then you have the secondary sensory cortex, which is present just along the superior border of the posterior limb of the lateral sulcus. It is here, superior border of the posterior limb of the lateral sulcus. It aids the functioning of the primary sensory cortex. After that comes your somatic sensory association area, that is the Brodmann's area 5 and 7. This is present in the superior parietal lobule. Somatic sensory association area is present in the superior parietal lobule, and it is associated with the stereognosis, that is the interpretation of the shape, size and texture of the object without seeing it. If this area gets damaged, there can be a stereognosis. The person is not able to interpret the shape, size and texture without seeing. After that comes your Wernicke's speech area. Wernicke's speech area of sensation. In this is the Brodmann's 39 and 40. It is present in the superior and middle frontal gyrus. This Wernicke's area. It helps in the interpretation of the speech. If this area gets damaged, the person is not able to understand the spoken language or the written language. This is the Wernicke's area of speech. Similarly, I forgot to tell you, you have the Broca's speech area for motor. In the inferior frontal gyrus, that is present in the inferior frontal gyrus. This is the Broca's areas for speech. This is the motor area of speech, that is present in the inferior frontal gyrus, and it helps in the speech. This area helps in the speech. If this area is damaged, there is aphasia. The person is not able to speak. In fact, of the this truth that in spite of the truth that the muscles will be intact, still the person will not be able to speak because of the damage to this Broca's area. It helps in the production of speech. This is the motor area of speech, area 44 and 45. This helps in the production of the speech. If this is damaged, there is aphasia. And this is Wernicke's area of speech, which we have already discussed. This helps in the interpretation of the speech. After that, we have discussed the primary for the sensory areas. We have discussed the primary sensory, secondary sensory, somatic sensory association area, that is Brodmann's 5 and 7, Wernicke's area, that is 39 and 40. After that comes your auditory area. Auditory area is present in the superior temporal gyrus. It is present posteriorly in the superior temporal gyrus. This area is being divided into two parts. The anterior one, it forms your auditory cortex. This forms your auditory cortex, that is the Brodmann's 41 and 42, with an associated auditory area in front of it, that is Brodmann's 22. This auditory cortex, it receives innervations from both the cochleae, so it has bilateral innervation, and if there is damage to this auditory cortex, the hearing impairment will be partial. There will be partial hearing impairment, since it will receive the sensation from both the cochleae. So if there is damage to this, then there will be partial hearing loss, and this auditory association area, that is the Brodmann area 22, will aid this primary auditory cortex. Then comes your visual area. Then comes your visual cortex. This is your visual cortex. This visual cortex is the Brodmann's area 17, 18 and 19. Primary visual area is area 17 and visual association area is 18 and 19. This visual cortex, this is present just, I will show you a picture. This primary visual cortex is present just around the calcarine sulcus. You have a sulcus here that is called as the calcarine sulcus. This primary visual cortex is present around the calcarine sulcus, extending onto the lingual gyrus and cuneus, extending onto the lingual gyrus and cuneus. This is called as the cuneus. So your primary visual cortex is present around the calcarine sulcus, in the cuneus and the lingual gyrus. This area is concerned with the vision. It receives the optic radiations, and it has certain connections with the motor area also, in the form of frontal eye field. Moreover, the eye movements are associated with the movements of the head. So again, there is seen the connectivity with the motor area. Then you have the area 18 and area 19. Area 18 is parastriate and area 19 is peristriate area. They are the visual association area. They aid your primary visual area. We have all discussed all the sensory parts of the cortex. Thank you.